self-examination is so important. If we always want to look at what the other person is doing, we will never get to the meat and the potatoes of who we are. Hey guys, it's your girl Ken, and welcome back to Simply Serene, another faith-fueled conversation where us ladies get together, talk, and vibe it out on some real life topics. Let's just go ahead and jump right in. So I'm actually going to share a recent experience with you all that has challenged me significantly. And it's challenged me in the area of my perspective on nagging, being a nagging wife. Okay, so rough patches in marriages are a thing. And just because I'm on here talking to you guys about faith-fueled conversations does not mean I have it all in the bag and I am perfect. These conversations are for me just as much as they are for you. So rough patches are a thing in marriages, and on this channel we want to keep it 100. The rough patch that I and my husband have been going through lately has been consisting of, unfortunately, small disagreements that seem to snowball into matters of just straight frustration. Have you been there? Can I get some help in here? I'm gonna jump right into the story because I want this to be captivating for you so that you guys can literally see that we all go through this. So this message is for all. So one evening, after asking my husband for what felt like months to get the Drano for the clogged tub, he sighed and looked at me. He just was like, "You are always nagging." Now, my initial response obviously is angry. I felt defensive. I felt like I should be defense mode. After all, I wasn't trying to be difficult. I wasn't trying to be drama. I wasn't trying to be a nagger. I just wanted things to get done. And not necessarily even on my time, but just a reasonable time. And I know y'all been here where your thoughts are racing. Why is it so hard for this man to listen? Why is it so hard for him to want to help me out here? But instead of leaning on that side where the enemy wanted to take me and think on all the negative things, I actually reacted in a different way. I did not react with actual frustration. I took a step back. I took a deep breath from deep within. And I went into my prayer closet. And when I say I went into my prayer closet, ladies, I am not lying. I literally walked away and went into my prayer closet and shut the door. I used this moment as a moment for me to self-examine me. Ken, this thing convicted me to turn to the Word, to turn to the Bible, to do a study, and just one thing led to another. And I asked myself, Ken, did you actually approach this situation in a way that builds him up? Or were you asking in a way that was tearing him down? And I began to ponder on this thought, and guess what? I'm here now talking to you ladies about it on YouTube. I actually went and Googled. I'm gonna try to get through this message without laughing. I just wanna laugh. I then went to the internet and I looked up what constitutes as a nagging wife. And I was like, you know what? I'm more of a ask questions kind of wife. I'm not a complainer, so I'm good. Because I know a complainer is going to be the first thing that pops up for a nagging wife. But boy, was I blown away. The internet was specifically telling me about myself. I was unconsciously hoping to find answers that went along with what I thought constituted as a nagging wife. God had a different plan. He had a different plan. So to my surprise, lady, These are the characteristics, and I'm going to show you guys here on the screen. These are the characteristics that are described as a nagging wife. Someone who repeatedly reminds their husband of tasks and responsibilities, also known as, "Did you take out the trash? I asked you this morning." Second, criticizing how something is done rather than appreciating the effort. You never load the dishwasher properly. Like, come on. How many times I have to tell you? Cups at the top, plates at the bottom. Number 3, bringing up the same issue over and over and over without resolution. You always leave your clothes on the floor. Number 4, using a tone that feels impatient or condescending. Yeah, I mean, I was wondering when you were going to get off the game. It's about time. You've been on that PlayStation all day. Now, here's where it gets funny, okay? Ladies, sadly, I do all of those things. I am the wife that constitutes as a nagger. Me! Who would have thought? Who would have thought? But this is why self-examination is so important. If we always want to look at what the other person is doing, we will never get to the meat and the potatoes of who we are. So we have to evaluate ourselves more often than not to aid with our self-growth. Because, honey, I'm here to tell you the effects of a nagging wife, they can be horrendous. And by horrendous, I mean resentment, okay? No man wants to feel controlled. They don't want to feel controlled at work. They don't want to feel controlled at home with their wives. No. Communication breakdown. A lot of nagging can cause your husband to literally tune out because he's thinking everything that's about to come out of this woman's mouth is emotional distance is another big one. And of course, there's a lot more. So we want to stop this. I need to stop this. So let's see what the Bible has to say about nagging. Proverbs 21:9 says, and I'll put that here, "Better to live on a corner of the roof than share a house with a quarrelsome, aka nagging wife." Then there's Proverbs 27:15 through 16. There's Ephesians 4:29. And then there's another Proverbs that I want to share with you. I will also put that here. Proverbs 21:19. "It is better to dwell in the wilderness than with a contentious and angry woman." OMG, did the Bible have to do us like that? Did the Bible have to do me like that? Like, this is a personal attack. So let's talk about Proverbs 21:9. "It is better for your husband to live on a roof," but not just a roof, okay? But a small little corner of the roof. Okay? If you have a small little corner of something, that emphasizes no provisions. No bed, no comfort, no home-cooked meals, no kisses, no sex, no cuddles, no clothes, no video games. Nope. Just solitude. Just a little corner, subject to the outside elements of cold, heat, you name it. It's better for him to have that, a corner with nothing, than to be inside the house with a nagging wife. What a word. Sheesh. It's pretty clear that the Bible warns against nagging and contentious behavior, and the Bible actually encourages the complete opposite: gentleness and respectful communication. You know, I don't raise my voice, but I am and can be very condescending. So this was definitely a tough pill for me to swallow. Now, let's get into another aspect of this. The root of nagging often stems from anxiety. Y'all go watch my video on anxiety. This was a wonderful and a powerful video. Go click that. I will have the link in the description box. Majority of women, including myself, nag due to wanting to control the situation. We feel this innate responsibility. I don't know why we're like this, but we feel this responsibility to fix and to change our spouse. And not just fix and change them, but on our time. Here's a rude awakening for us all. For us all. We are not called to change our husbands. God did not give us divine authority to change our husbands. That is God's job. We are way out of our league. We are way out of our boundaries when we try to change and control our husbands. We're doing it all wrong, aka nagging. My problem, and I don't want to be presumptuous and put any of this on you ladies, but I feel like somebody can relate to this. My problem is my lack of trust in God's timing and his power to convene and fix what needs to be fixed. My God did not go on vacation and say, here, Ken, here's the keys to your husband's brain. Here's the keys to your husband's heart. And, while I'm on my vacation in the Bahamas, I want you to go in and change him up. He did not do that. And neither did he go on vacation while I deal with the stressors, while I deal with the stressors of being a wife sometimes. And marriage isn't all peaches and cream, so we're keeping it 100. There are stressors of being a wife, okay? So he's not on vacation. And the biggest thing I need to learn is to seek God in prayer and ask him for help on how to guide my marriage his way, not my way. 1 Peter 3:1-2 says, and I'll read this for you. Wives, in the same way, submit yourselves to your own husbands, so that if any of them do not believe the word of God, that they might be won over without words, but by behavior of their wives. That was a mouthful, so I'm going to break it down. This basically means that we are the helpmeet, or we aid our Heavenly Father in the transformation of our husbands. We are not the author of changing them. It's not our job. We are the help in changing them. Not to nag, not to preach, not to force change, but by our godly characters. Self-examination. Are you having a godly character? Are you showing patience? Are we showing kindness? If we are harboring these type of characteristics, we can inspire, we can help, and be a part of that change that we are looking to see in our husbands. We're not in charge of it, but we can help solidify this change by our characters. Self-examination. Ladies, the new quote to myself is prayer over persuasion. Prayer over persuasion. We have to ask for God's help rather than relying on our self-efforts of repeatedly asking our husbands to do something, of repeated complaints. So we don't need to persuade anybody to do things our way, to do things on our time. We need to pray and ask God to show that person what is right so that things can be done God's way, God's timing. And when it's done God's way and in God's timing, you can bet it is going to be perfect. Ladies, I really hope that you enjoyed this faith-filled conversation today. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, share your story, but always keep it classy. Thanks, and have a great day. Bye.